Everybody in there. True, coming with security. I can't let you smaller me. Life too boy to cut and work. Trading up and taking turns. Don't regret a thing I... Alright. Sorry, I was rushing in, trying to get ready. Took a little longer to eat at my folks' house because the Phillies game ran long, so my dad and my daughter were both late. Still on you. Don't. Good thing is, while we were over there, I decided to go looking for. I was just trying to catalog all my stuff. I've been trying to group up what I actually have, whether I like it or not. And, because usually I just focus on the things I think are saleable, you know? So, I went looking to see what I have. And I found myself looking at some paintings I literally forgot existed. And then I found 3 that were unfinished that there's no way I can finish them now. One was a portrait of my buddy Mike, who owns Wilma. And, you know, Mike and I don't look exactly the same like we did back then anymore, you know? Say that, both of us. We both, age got to us, believe it or not. It happens. So I was like, well, I can't finish this, so I'm going to strip it. And I was like, I thought I gave him the portrait. I thought I finished one and gave it to him. And so I sent him the picture of it. I was like, dude, I thought I finished this and gave this to you. He goes, you did another one. So I was like, cool, then I'm getting rid of this one. So I'm stripping this canvas. I found a bunch of self-portraits I literally forgot I had ever done. There was an unfinished one up there, but I actually liked it unfinished looking. Like, it's... I might leave it. You know? Well, I am going to leave it. It's just... You know? There was something nice about it. But when I had been writing out my list, I was like, oh, I think I did like 6 or 7 in self-portraits, not counting the 3... Or the 2 I'd done, you know... since moving into this house. And then it turns out I did like 10 or 11. So I was like, oh, there's more. Okay, never mind. Alexa, skip. And there's one that basically everyone refers to as the creepy self-portrait. That's just kind of funny. Both my daughter and my wife despise the painting. They find it creepy. It's a portrait I did of myself in college, and it's in my senior studio. And I had actually just gone through a bit of what I thought was a good semester, and then my teacher was notorious for like making it sound like everything was cool, and then gives me like a C. And it was like, all right, see now we're not digging each other, you know. So I did it in a way that was meant to look very like all the stuff around the studio is very hard angled. So I meant to make it feel like a prison. And I had the painting in my bedroom, just kind of, it kept getting moved around whenever, you know, whatever. And when I did the portrait of my wife, I had taken a photo of her sleeping, and the painting of me just happened to be in the background. So it kind of looks like I'm in the painting that I did of her, because it's like this. You see my eyes creeping over the bed, you know, in the background, and so we call it like the stalker portrait now at this point. Yeah, and then it just stayed in, you know, in the lower part of my parents' house, or whatever, you know, and even after we moved out, it sort of kept finding its place, moved around and moved around and moved around, and so for a while, after Allie moved out of here, it actually ended up residing in her room over there. So she said, it's like you're watching me all the time, Daddy. And it's like, And then as things have progressed with her boyfriend and stuff, it's like I was watching them. And I am. Fancher sees us. He's having trouble logging into Twitch a long time ago, so I don't know. And, so. I think we moved that one finally into like the storage facility just to get it out of everybody's way. I got your girlfriend home, and how do I know that she's sprung? I know she's sprung 'cause the D's hung like a Shetland pony getting played like Sony. Never try to play me out like a phony, 'cause I can get real thick like a bowl of malto meal up in the morning to you. My son, when he was an infant, loved Top of the Morning to you. Like, literally before he could crawl, even roll over, I'd sit there and play with him and sing it, with his fist up and stuff. I think I mentioned before, I used to like the song Tessie. This joke, he's gonna grow up and be a Sox fan. At first I was afraid, I was petrified. I kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. The other two paintings I had, one was supposed to be at Ridley Lake, and I never got to finish it because I was getting annoyed by people that kept coming up and, hey, look, he's painting. I had these kids, 12-year-olds that kept trying to get in the painting. They kept, did you paint me? Did you paint me? And they run right back in. And it's funny because now I think about it, and I think about if you watch the movie Loving Vincent, they present a theory that there were family of boys that, or some of the wealthier families who would visit Auvers in, and summer there, whatever. And the movie speculates that one of them shot Vincent. That he didn't commit suicide. That he got shot and just blamed the death on himself. So this way it would keep the kids safe. That he considered them friends, even though they regularly would pick on him. I laugh because I think to myself, it's the exact opposite for me, man. I never would have I'd have thrown their asses under the bus. These kids were annoying me. I'd have blamed them for murder, even if they didn't do it. I remember in high school even, I was selected to do an advertisement for a fair that used to take place every year that no longer does now, called the Mayfair, at Taylor Hospital. And they wanted us to do the sign. It was me and my buddy Drew. And because of the paints we were using, they were... shit, what kind of paint was it again? Shit. It's really smelly stuff, too. Not acrylics. Enamel paint. Sorry. I don't know why it's staying on my head. So it's really stinky, really smelly stuff. And we had to go outside, and they had, outside the art room, there was just a little landing area. And most of the time you were not allowed out there. But because we were doing this thing of hazardous to your breathing paint, we had to go out there. So as kids were moving through the hallway, they'd look out that hallway, out the window there, and see me and Drew out there working, and they'd start banging on the windows, like, "Hey, what are you doing? Hey, can I come out?" All that stuff, like teenagers do. But by this point, by senior year, I considered myself a serious artist. That is, I had to be serious all the time. I'm thinking about art as I'm painting clowns on a fucking piece of wood, But, so I actually got a little, super annoyed. So I wrote on a piece of paper, starving artist, and put specs for, Drew told me his weight, and I told him, I knew mine, so we just put in commonly weights between, blah 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 blah, and height can be anywhere from 5'9" to Drew was 6'3" or whatever. I was like, blah blah blah, and then of course at the at another piece of paper, please do not feed the artists. They're on a strict no-food diet. Yeah. Stupid. But I thought it was funny as hell. The vice principal, however, did not. She was dumb enough to think that that's actually what was causing people to look out the window. Told me to take it down so that it would stop it from people from looking. I'm like, okay, you realize the reason I put it up was because, never mind. I just sat there, I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. Guess we're not going to work with logic anymore. Wet my rust. The chemicals. Freaking out. The apocalypse. Whoa, I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones. Welcome to the new age. Whoa, 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 I'm radioactive, radioactive, radioactive. Where's my mask? It's a revolution, I suppose. Whoa. On the prison bus. I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones. Love to. Welcome to the new age. To the new age. Radioactive. 0 viewers. All systems go. Sun has died. Deep in my bones. Radioactive. But the main thing about finding those other canvases, if we go back to that, I just got a brain to go everywhere, is Because now I have 3 canvases that I didn't have before. So I'll strip these down. Actually, what I may do is with this bad boy, it's so fucking big, I may actually strip it down because I have these stretchers over here. I think I can actually, because they were all, I think, almost the same exact size. So I think I can screw around with them and come up with 2 canvases. So that's kind of nice. That gives me room to play, because right now I was thinking about, I'm like, alright, I finished this. I have an oval canvas for a study of a Delacroix that I already did once. I want to do it again. I have this one here on the wall. I know you can't see, but it's 24 by 36, and I have planned I want to do some sort of summer like scene. So I know what I want out of it. So I gotta find something to do with it, specifically. Whether it be just a flat beach scene or, kids at the pool or something like that. And so I was like, what do I do? What do I do with this? Because once those are all done, I don't think I have another canvas. I have one more canvas for the study of the Goya piece I wanted to do. So that's it. I have 3 canvases before these. And right now, there's not going to be any money coming in anytime soon outside of, this, which I know I'm going to need for survival. So, no money for supplies. Let's put it that way. Unless suddenly the one grant that said they weren't going to let me know by December lets me know immediately, or unless I go to the Chester County Art Association to pick up my paintings when this thing's done. They tell me that I sold them all, but I find that unlikely. I assumed I would have heard about it as they were sold, not necessarily like 2 months later. Now, one thing when I look back at that, I see a little bit. I'm going to throw some of that green up here, too. Because there's like a little edging of like just funk on that. The story is much too sad to be told, but practically everything leaves me totally cold. The only exception I have is the face when I'm out on a quiet spree, fighting vainly the old ennui, and I suddenly turn and see your fabulous face. I could throw in a little stronger orange too. I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick out of you? They may go for cocaine. I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, it would bore me terrifically too. Yet I get a kick. You. I get a kick every time I see you standing there before me. I get no kick in it. nothing to do, and I get a kick. You give me a boot. Mm-hmm. So weird the dashboard still shows me as offline. Like it shows me live, but then it shows me stats offline. Knows how to party. California knows how to party. In the city of LA. In the city of good old Watts. In the city of Compton. They keep it rockin'. They keep it rockin'. Welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West, a state that's untouchable like Elliot Ness. The track hits your eardrum like a slump to your chest. The city is sex. We're in that sunshine state with a bomb ass and it's be on this for them greens. Money making machines, them beans. Ever since Honey was wearing Sassoons, now it's 95, and they clock me and watch me diamond shine. It's looking like a Rob Liberace. It's all good. From Diego to the Bay. The city is a bomb if your city making pay. It's not much better than Blondie rapping, right? In this, I'm going to adjust this down a little bit so the. You know what? I'm going to try something. While I'm here, and I'm thinking about it, before I forget about it, you shake before you shake. Shake it, baby. Kelly. I'm bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. Alright, we'll just put them all. I think it'll work. Yeah. Shake it, baby. place doesn't knock me off the line. Let's see if I can change something here. Conquer every mountain shown. Alright, let's try follows. Read the forest, brave the stone. Helpless by the river. Alright, let's see. Do that one.
Hey everybody, it's good to have you on the ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-
Alright. Make sure that's muted. Okay. Might be done as you want. I'll go back to the editor. Yeah. Alright. Let's see if that works at some point. Someone clicks follow, we'll find out, I guess. A lot more than words and guns. A whole lot more than riches and muscle. And the mighty must join as one. When together we'll cross the river. Take a lot more than words and guns. A whole lot more than riches and muscle. The hands of the mighty must join as one. And together we'll cross the river. Nurture heaven and home. Some of all and by them driven. So we're almost done with this now. We got a bunch of the little dabs of the orange, yellow. What do you use? A Naples yellow deep again into the lighter areas. Next to the lighter version of the yellow ochre. Actually, there's Naples yellow too on that. And titanium white. Now we're just putting in that azo orange, yellow ochre mix to a few more spots. Yeah, like I said, it works really well across both the lit and unlit portions. I just want to strengthen that one little bit up right there. Nurture heaven and home. I always look at stuff like this, like basically like little treats for, in this case, it'll be Mike and Joe when they're looking at the painting. They might see like, oh, that's that orange dot right there. It sounds stupid that such a thing could mean so much to a painting, but I find myself, like I said, when I go to the Philadelphia Art Museum sometimes, just even looking at the sunflowers there, which, Alexa, skip. I've stood in, not to see there. Alexa, Skip. I've stood in front of those sunflowers, you know, a lot. Let's just put it that way. We'll leave it at that. More than most humans have ever thought about standing in front of them. Let's put it that way. But there's this one little spot that it drives me up the wall because it works, not because it's a bad spot or anything like that. It's this little dot of the like red color or whatever that he used, on the inner part of the sunflowers and along the line for the table to separate the background, and it's perfect. It drives me up the wall. In a previous episode, I think I mentioned about how when my buddy Bill and I went down to the Van Gogh's way back in like I said, 97, 98, something like that. When they tried to sell the audio tours to Bill, he laughed at him and said, audio tours, I got my own, and this one curses, pointing to me. But it's stuff like that that always made me go, son of a bitch, like in the middle of a gallery. That's why I'm amazed I never got tossed. It's come close a few times, but I never got tossed yet. Alright, I think I'm pretty happy with where that is. Oh, you know what? No, just a little bit more of this over here. That's right, I stopped short on this area. A little bit goes a long way there. And you know what? I moved this up here earlier, so I'm going to add it on to a couple spots. Just taking the oxide of chrome that we had used earlier to line some of this stuff. Actually, right there I fucked up. I should have put orange right here. Okay. Maybe I could put the oxide green on the side of it. That'll work fine. Put some of this again as an orange yellow ochre. Again, we're using it to kind of highlight the outer edges. My arm's getting shaky. I'm not entirely sure what that means anymore. It's been getting worse. Could be because of the tendinitis. Could be a result of the mental breakdown a few months ago. Alright, where was it? I could fix it with this, I think. Just a dab here would be enough. Oh, it's already shaky. Again, my little double aught we don't fuck around with. We keep that. We clean it and put it right, you know. Other shit I leave in there. I probably shouldn't, but I leave in the turpentine for a long time until I finish up. But the double aughts are so sensitive that nope. It's the reverse of Ducky from the land of Before Time, you know? Nope. Alright. So Wilma's collar is a bright pink. Hot pink. I said I wanted to get her collar and her eyes done. The eyes, I think we're going to start. Let me see, I gotta find a good brush for them. That looks like a good brush for them. We're going to go back with our Azo orange. Take some yellow ochre. Take on the outer edge of it just to get it brown up a little bit. But not like the lighter one that we did earlier. We need it a little darker. And really we're just making a base. Again, we do all our stuff with our little dashes and make it change the color eventually. I'm sure some reds will find their way in there too. Brian, why would you do such a thing? It's insane. Bright orange eyes on the... Trust me. Trust me, I have no idea what I'm doing. No. Just early. Actually, you know what? It's good for the one eye, bad for the other eye. So we're going to get in there tight. It's my bread and butter. Ain't got no other. It's on the TV. It spins on me. President, he sweat through his talcum. Newspaper man, he walked like a falcon. Hey, Daddy-o! Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. President. Look, man, we've been, man, using English to doctor the spin. No. Just early. Again, I think this Naples yellow makes for nice little highlights because it gets mixed in quick on canvas. Hot. No, we don't have yet. I'm gonna need it. Oh, burnt sienna or Indian red. Ooh, burnt sienna or Indian red. What do you guys think? Come on, somebody here. Come on, somebody fucking talk. Click follow. Do something. Let me know you're here. Take an India red. They call it light red now. That's admittedly better. Told you some of those names. Yeah, like I hate the name flesh tint for Winsor Newton Wintons. It's basically might as well just be like white people tint. That's basically what it is. That drives me nuts. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the right one. That's where I wanted to get my tight point on there. As tight as it'll let me. That's what she said. Papa don't take no mess. Papa don't take no mess. Papa is man who can understand. A man have to do whatever he can. Hit me. Papa don't take no mess. Ooh. No mess. Drink a little taste of gin. Bet his last 10 on a little game of skins. Papa don't take no mess. Papa don't take no mess. Gives you look real slick. Papa is very quick. Definitely ain't no trick. I've never successfully mixed hot pink. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. I don't know if it's even fucking possible. It's such a like manufactured color. Yeah. But when I was looking at this area earlier, I thought I might start with magenta to get a good little boost on it. Seems like a good starting point. And then I'm thinking take a little carmine. We're gonna be playing with this for a little bit to get the right tones with it. I'm gonna take some of that flesh tint. Like I said, I hate the name, but actually, no, no. Naples yellow red. It's a little different. It's very, again. Actually, no, we'll do both. Little column A, little column B. Nothing hurt nobody. Get the goddamn thing off. Oh, shit. Yeah, is this one any easier? I got like 4 tubes of this shit for some reason. I never figured out why I end up with so much. There's like stuff I guess I always kept forgetting I had, so I'd be like, oh, I need to buy some of that. What we did wrong. Of course, there was a time period where I was really trying to do like a bunch of portraits. I was trying to make a bunch of like sample portraits of people to try to get, commissions and stuff. Papa don't take no mess. Papa don't. I saw Papa cry when he thought that I would die. Said something was in his eye. I knew it was a lie. Papa smart. Papa got a whole lot of heart. Papa was about when game get hard. Alexa, skip. So it needs a brighter red. Needs a brighter red. Let's see. Twas up in the blue stack mountain stars, she kept a bit of a still. We're sneaking home, Obama, when the guards came up the hill. Lose the booze, cried Darcy, before we could reply. He dumped it in his note back up his donkey standing by. Got a lick of the whiskey, he'd swear that he could fly. He rocketed through the roundabout and down by James's bar. Then he bolted. Close enough. I gotta be honest, though, that was slightly off. I don't think I'm gonna have a career in the NBA. But if I was taller, faster, younger, and had better aim, I'd be fucking in. Begged them not to shoot. We bound through the turnstiles. We got there just in time to place our bets before the lot of them reached the starting line. He saw the guards were after him, but sure he didn't mind. Had himself another sip, a second one as well. And knocked the competition all to hell. You know, I bring up Rocket League every now and then because I play it, but I don't stream it at all. It's funny, my buddy Matt hooked me up a while back with a Toro skin, because I've never had a black market. As long as I've played Rocket League, as many crates as I've opened, I have not pulled a black market anything ever. So Matt hooked me up, because he's really good at the trading stuff, you know. And so he hooks me up, and I'm like, dude, there's like a time, like, he's gotten me so many things that I've like, oh, I've always wanted this, and he's like, oh, here you go. I'll go buy another one, you know, or like, not buy, but he trades them off, you know. And that's how I got my breakout Type S, which I love. And but he goes, he got me the Toro, and then I'm like, okay, cool. And then since then, I've opened up 2 black markets, from crates. And I'm like, dude, I'm just like, it's so funny. Like, it's like you gotta pop that cherry, or you'll never get, you know, they'll fuck you over forever. That's Darcy's ass. Everybody raise a glass to Darcy's ass. Darcy's ass. Here's to you. To me, you won it all. To the garner, the gargle, the trophy on the wall. See, I thought I was on something, but now I can't. Like, onto something, not on something. Maybe I am on something, I don't know. Maybe that's why I can't figure it out. I not seem to figure out how to get that hot pink, that poppin' pink, you know. I thought I was on something with, onto something. It's like Kiki, she was all like, and like, yeah, whatever. See what I mean? She's all like, hey, aren't you that guy? I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm at the ball. She's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, whatever. This is my United States of whatever. This is my United States of whatever. And this is my United States of whatever. Damn, I'm in the corner wearing my leather. This guy warms up, he's like, hey punk. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Dice, Nelly. So Leroy says, I thought I told you nothing, but whatever. Zaffo. I'm like, oh, Zaffo, what's up? He's like, nothing. I'm like, that's cool. Just throwing it around a couple spots just to try to find something that might just give me a hint to that fucking color, you know? Just throwing shit at the wall at this point just to see if something will stick. I forget which channel I saw. It's probably HBO. I saw a documentary of prisons, and there was a dude like actually throwing shit at the wall. It's like, holy fuck, he can actually do it. That's close, actually. I think that's a close start. I don't need a whole lot. I just need to get there. Maybe I stumbled on it. Dun, dun, dun. It's almost there. Let's see. Let's put a little more cadmium red in there. Oh, it's getting there. That feels pretty good. I think that's about as close as I'm going to get. I might try a little dab of white, a little more white, but... So that's the pain in the ass about hot pink. Like, it's hard to get that in a mixture because you're trying not to... Like, yeah, you add too much white, it's going to pale it the fuck out. And you don't want to pale it the fuck out because it's hot pink, you know? It's like fire. So you kind of find ways to try to get that punch. Ooh, almost knocking over a paint can here. Let's see. Let's look at it in the canvas, what do you think? Yeah. I mean, we're wrong, then we're wrong. And we murder the whole planet. What? I mean... I can't get the fucking trees. Damn it! I will kill everyone in the world. I'm not gonna kill everybody in the world, don't worry. Just half of them. Sorry. Spoilers, if you haven't seen that one. So it's just me, or did they lose something by having Thanos, like, not actually being told by death to do that? Because in the comics, it makes sense. Like, his motivation is literally by Lady Death. And she tells him that she wants, you know, I mean, and Lady Death is death. It's not, you know, a fuck around thing. It's literally death. And, you know, she tells him, like, look, humanity, you know, or like life in the universe is getting out of whack because, like, there are too many people. They're all living too long, and they're going to end up causing themselves to all be wiped out unless we do something. And if you wipe out half of them, then, you know, the circle of life, continue, and I keep getting dead people because Lady Death needs life to survive because she needs death to occur. I mean, it would be like super bizarre suddenly they just introduce this concept of living embodiment of death, but it's really that much weirder than anything else they've introduced in that, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We can use a little bit of this to pale into the flesh. Just a little bit. There's just a little there. And a little, actually I'll go a little deeper on that one. The next part. Just give it a little more. Right in here. What about their ear? Some stuff in the ear? Some stuff in the ear, right? Just a little. You know what? That's almost. Wait, is that? Hold on. I just gotta make sure it's actually in the picture, the photo of her, not like shit I accidentally got on there. That's gonna actually be a little more of this tone. I don't know if I have enough of it on there actually. Now that I think about it. Let's just take. We can fake it out. There we go. We'll fake it out. There we go. That's a good way to fake it out a little bit. Take a little bit of that lighter yellow ochre mixture we did. It was close enough to that Naples yellow that it'll work. Like these three little streaks up here. Right at where the and it's okay if it's like it's a little brighter or normal than usual because we're gonna be throwing in more shit there later. But you just want to make it like we get some of these starting tones, little highlights of things that'll come into play later. Because we didn't really do all our undertones earlier, like we. Gotta move this. Sorry. I'm only gently touching that part with that because I actually want to put a little more magenta into it. Get into that where we had that like. that's what I'm wondering. Like, it's weird. Like, for some reason, I don't know if they, for a long time, like, it's like when I use the, what the fuck's the damn thing called? The Streamlabs OBS. Like, it gets funky on me. More that cerulean. Do in here. Let's do some pure cerulean up there. Let's try. See what it does with this. Go like that or not. Oh, I don't want that red. Don't want that red. Don't give me the red. Just want the blue. That's better. That feels better. Now we can go back with some of those darker ones. Now it feels better. So nuts. Well, yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. Like when I was saying it, it's like when I'm doing OBS, it shows me live on there. But Twitch, which takes like probably a good like 20 minutes or so of streaming before it's like, oh yeah, you're live. Our bad. Whereas when I went through straight OBS, it seemed like that just clicked right on. Come on, I need more than that, but you know what, let's drop a little medium, that'll help. I wonder if I freaked Allie out a little bit when I was looking for all these paintings, because I made a crack to her. Oh, what'd you do? Like a 3-pronger or whatever? Like I have this one that is like, it's like plug one USB, but I got like 4 things on it. Usually only 2 of them will work at a time. It just screams at me. Alright, let's see what we got here. Maybe that might be useful too. Let's do this. A little bit of that. Just a little bit. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a nice blue. But no, Allie's I was wondering if I freaked her out a little bit, because Allie's moving out soon. Her and her boyfriend Andrew are gonna get an apartment together, and so I said something about how they can have, paintings or whatever they can find over at Mom and Papa's house. And I was digging through Mom and Papa's house. She's there downstairs eating dinner. I'm like, she's not thinking I'm trying to like swipe things. It's like, no, she can't have this one. I just want to find paintings I might have forgotten about. Are there any unused ones? I was like, okay. Yeah, it tends to be like 50-50. Like if you get them, like sometimes they just suck. Just, I don't know what it is. Mine's the same way. I'm beginning to think I'm going to forego the face cam soon. I think what I might do is I'm going to rearrange this a little bit and try to take the face cam. I don't know really how. Might have to. I got this hat rack here. I might be able to rely on that, because I don't know if I can move. Everything's so condensed in here. I don't know if I can move this tripod. Plus, I accidentally broke it the other day. Just so I can start showing the palette. I think that's actually more important than seeing my ugly mug. Half the time I'm not even looking at the camera, That's like when I ran my Ethernet cable out here. I've never actually finished it. Like it's run, but like it's literally, if you go through like the laundry room area, it's just dangling straight over. Like, because it was just a matter of like, once I got it that direction, I just had to shove it through here real quick, because I was supposed to go on in like 3 or 4 minutes after like I finally got it done. And then I've just been too fucking lazy. Yeah, I know. I gotta get. That's something I need, a zoom. I can't use this piece of shit. I gotta get something that actually can zoom in. There's just no other way around it, because it's right now. It's pretty close to me, and I mean, you've seen if I stand up just to get to something over there, it's like I'm in the way of everything. That's why it would be nice if I had something like a zoom that, like, especially if it was remote controlled, because I could like zoom it in, and then when I get up, be like zoom it back out, and then I'd be fine. Yeah. Also, I could drink tonight properly. Jesus. Drooling on myself. Alright, let's do this real quick. Gonna need... never mind. Yeah, I was about to start the deck, actual like solid part of the deck, but I don't have time for that. So it's almost Westworld time, isn't it? So let's just figure out something we can do real quick. Let's take... You know what? One of my failed attempts to try to get hot pink. It'll give me at least some of the stuff I can use for tones. So mixing that in there. Come on, dude, get tight. I need you tight. Like looking over there for the picture, and I got it right here in my lap. I am smirked. It's time for everybody's favorite game in Delco. Was that a firework or was that a gunshot? The world may never know. I don't know if everybody heard that. I mean, I heard it over my headphones, but I don't know if it comes across. What's tonight? No, it was yesterday then. Okay, so now. I was going to say Prosper Park was doing stuff, but that was supposed to be last night. Start doing it every time I'm streaming when windows open during the summertime. Gunshot or firework? That was like the Super Bowl around here. When the Eagles won. So then you start hearing what was most certainly not fireworks, let's put it that way. I know fireworks, and they were no fireworks. I was just like, I wonder how many of my neighbors were accidentally shot when they had the Super Bowl win. Because if you don't shoot it 90 degrees up, that bullet comes back down. Just FYI. Perfect 90 degrees only. 89 doesn't count. that's gonna be it for now. It's time to get in for Westworld with the missus. Let me see something real quick. Just want to see if this comes across. I'll try to tighten that just to see if it'll get any better. If not, as always, on my Facebook page, Brian Coots / Brian Coots Painting, Facebook / Brian Coots Paintings. I'll get a quick picture up there. Oh, that's any better. Yeah, that's as good as it's gonna get. Right. Just wait for it to adjust. All right, let go. Just want to see if the eyes came across. Not really. All right. All right. So that's all I got times for. I got cleaned up real quick and get the hell upstairs. Usually I have enough time just to get to the last week on Westworld. So, continue tomorrow. Probably gonna work on. I'm trying to think. Probably get this part of the deck done, like anywhere where she's gonna eventually overlay on it. Should be pretty much all the deck, and try to get into the eyes tomorrow, like just to finish up the sculpting of those. And after that, I think we're gonna just go right into the fur and start working on it. Though I suspect that's probably not gonna be till Wednesday for the fur. So we'll see how we go from there. All right. So have a good night. May find the end. Should really do this better. Good night.